All right, this is something I've been putting off for a little while. It's just a little in-depth, a little bit more in-depth than the standard guide for suppression, right? It's so that like you don't really need to figure things out on your own. You can just base it off this. Anyway, so suppression starts, right? This is eruption with no jail. So suppression starts. We all go to our positions, right? And regardless of which one I am, so when I get into position, what I'm doing here is I'm looking down at my character and I'm looking for a white spot, right? If there's a white spot underneath my character, that means that I have eruption. It can be kind of hard to see, especially if people are close, but if you've got that little white spot under you, right here, right, you see I've got that little white spot under me, that means that I'm the person with the eruption, right? Um, so you can also look at like the edge of the eruption and see who's centered under the puddle, but I just like looking for the little spot, right? And so the first thing that we do is everybody moves to the edge of the first eruption, right? Going towards the center of the arena, right? So I'm just going to move towards the center of this eruption, and I'm going to be dropping my second eruption at the edge of the first one, right? Um, Second eruption drops, right? So I'm not going to continue going in a straight line here because my goal is to drop the fourth eruption on the left side of this sister up at the top of the screen, right? That's where I'm trying to drop my fourth eruption, right? So I'm going to start like kind of breaking off to the left here after I drop the second eruption, right? Third eruption drops, fourth eruption, I drop right on the left side of this sister, right? If you're like facing the outside, right? You want to drop it on the left side of this sister. And then you just drop the fourth eruption. After you drop the fourth eruption, go towards Ultima, right? You want to go to the edge of the eruptions that is towards Ultima, right? You see this person kind of goes out to the side, right? You do not want to do that, right? There are these little feather lances that go around, spin around the arena, right? If you go out to the side like that, you might pop a feather lance if you're not like watching for them. It's just not worth doing. Just go towards Ultima, right? So you're gonna go towards Ultima. You're gonna keep going towards Ultima until you hear the first screech, right? So I heard the first screech here. It's kind of not a great perspective. Let me see if I can get a better one. Right. Okay, so I hear the first screech right about here. When you hear the first screech, start walking to the center of the arena, right? Just stop what you're doing, walk towards the center of the arena, right? So first screech, I walk towards the center of the arena. Second screech, when you hear the second screech, just start walking towards the jail, right? So the things that you want to do when you're eruption is you path so that you drop the fourth eruption just on the left side of the sister, right? After you drop fourth eruption, you step out of that eruption towards Ultima, right? And you just kind of keep walking in that direction. First screech happens, you move towards the center of the arena. Second screech happens, you move towards the jail, right? Get to the jail, just burn it down, easy, right? Afterwards, you're going to stack on whatever marker you have here, right? Landslide will get baited. And now you want to dodge this landslide, but you don't want to go straight left facing the center, right? You kind of want to go up the edge of the landslide, right? Because you need to dodge this Ultima laser on the right side, right? So you can't just go straight out towards the edge. You have to kind of go towards the side. And then landslide goes off, you stack back up on B. Heals, wait on B, right? Do not move until the feather rain, right? Just chill out on B, wait for everything to go off. You hear the feather rain, you move. It doesn't really matter where you move, right? Move, right? Okay, that is eruption, right? Here's jail, right? So same thing as last time, right? I see my first one, I move to the edge, right? Drop the second one, move to the edge of that. Third one, this is where jail differs from eruption, is that I drop the fourth one pretty similarly to how I dropped the fourth one on eruption, right? But I'm more concerned about where I place this jail, right? So I want it to be on this left side of the sister, not too far out, right? This is a little far out. Someone dropped an eruption a little further than I would have liked, but it's fine. But yeah, drop this fourth eruption, and then you just stand there, right? You just stand in the fourth eruption. The jail will come up around you, right? People will burn the jail. As soon as the jail gets finished burning or getting killed, you're going to immediately move over to that marker, right? Same as all the other patterns. Sidestep, back on the marker, right? Wait for feather in, right? All right. Next we have open file. light pillar. So light pillar is a little janky. The way that you know you have light pillar is if you do not get any other markers, right? The other two options you can have are light pillar and Mistral song, right? So for light pillar, what you're going to want to do is do your initial movement for the first eruption the same you would do as you do an eruption, right? So I'm moving towards, well, I don't really do it here because I see that I don't have an eruption. But the idea is that by the second eruption, you move over to where the tanks are, right? By the time the second eruption happens, you should already be moving over to where the tanks are. I'll have a better clip of the movement later. But yeah, so you move over to where the tanks are, right? If you had no marker and no eruption, you're light pillar. So what that means is that you are going to walk, not run, around this marker, around this marker, and then you're going to go to the jail and burn the jail, right? Some things about this. Do not move until after the screech happens. Don't move here. If you move here, you're moving too early, right? You do not move when the Mistral song hits you. You move when the Feather Rain happens, right? So you see the Mistral song hits us. I'm still waiting, right? Feather Rain. I move. I go around the markers. You want to walk, not sprint. If you sprint, you'll go too fast. But you walk around your jail markers, right? You walk around the edge of them, and then you go back to the jail. Now, something that can happen is if the first Ultima laser is in the middle, like this, if you move too early, you will die, right? So if you have the first Ultima laser in the center, what you're going to want to do is you're going to kind of want to wait to cross the road, right? You're going to wait for the traffic to go by before you cross, right? As soon as that first Ultima laser goes off, you can move through, right? If you do not have a first Ultima laser in the middle, you don't care, just keep moving, right? I'm going to use the tank one for, what is it, Feather Mistral Song. I don't have a clip of that. But you can see Yuffie over here in like the top left coming down, right? So if you have Mistral Song, right, you're going to move out of the first eruption, right? Same as every other one. You see that you have the marker, right? Remember, if you have the Garuda marker or you have no marker, you are going to be joining the tanks in the tank pocket, right? So Yuffie here sees that he has the little green marker over his head, right? He comes down. Zinnia was a little late, so don't do that. But yeah, immediately after you like get out of the first eruption, right, you want to start moving towards 4, right? Anyway, you stand in the tank pocket. Mistral Song goes off. Again, do not move immediately, right? Wait for the Feather Rain. If you move early, you might kill people. Don't do that. So Mistral Song goes off. We wait. We don't move. We wait for Feather Rain. First screech happens. When first screech goes off, start walking towards 1, right? Just walk towards like the center of the arena, whatever marker you have there. Or if you don't, just walk towards the center of the arena, right? And keep walking towards the center of the arena until you hear the second one, and then immediately just go to the jail, right? It doesn't matter if you get all the way to the the center of the arena or not. Just as soon as you hear that second screech, start moving to the jail, right? And what this will do is it'll make it so that it doesn't matter if everyone is moving in unison, right? As long as you just like start walking to the center with the first screech and then start walking to the jail with the second screech, you should never get hit by a Feather Rain, right? And you should never hit anyone else with a Feather Rain either, right? So you go, you hit the jail, you kill it, right? You stack on B. Now, if you're the DPS with Mistral Song, you would just do the dodge here, the same as the other one, right? If you're the tank, like in this clip, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go across, right? Take this tether across, right? If there's an Ultima laser in the middle, you need to get to the other side of it before it goes off, right? So go across the middle, right? Just run straight at the tether, right? And landslide goes off, right? Just step into the landslide, right? And just chill out right there, right? Wait for Feather Rain. When Feather Rain happens, move to the middle. Little point of note here. If you're the tank taking this tether, do not be that close to the edge, or too close to the edge, right? These little feather lances that go around the arena will explode after the tether goes off, right? So you'll see like a little explosion right by Garuda, right? If I'm standing too close to that, I will get hit by it. You can live, but it's a lot of unnecessary damage and stress on your healers you don't need, right? Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're a tank, I guess I'll go over this. Yeah. If you're tank, all you do at the start is you just stand in your like position, and you can like pop a heart of stone or don't. It doesn't matter. Uh, like rampart, whatever. And if you're the tank that doesn't take the tether, you just do the exact same thing up until the stack on the marker. When that happens, you just do the same dodge that everyone else does, right? Um, yeah. So here you'll see Aki just moves to the jail, right? And then we burn the jail. Aki's gonna stack on be with us. He's gonna sidestep with the rest of the party. Only I go across, right? And that's all the options for suppression. It's really not that hard. Just kind of stay calm, don't mess up, right?